There's been further reaction today after Prince Harry spoke out again about press intrusion and the effects that he says the British tabloids have had on him and his family.
To what extent do you think that your determination to fight the tabloids destroyed the relationship with your family?
You know, that's a hard question to answer, because anything I say about my family results in a torrent of abuse from the press. I've made it very clear that this is something that needs to be done. It would be nice if we, did it as a family. I believe that, again, from a service standpoint, and when you're in a public role, that these are the things that we should be doing for the greater good. But I'm doing this. I'm doing this for my reasons.
Well, that was from a new documentary, Tabloids on Trial, which you can watch on ITVX, and it features Harry as well as other famous faces like Hugh Grant, Charlotte Church and Paul Gascoigne. Harry went on to say that he would fear for Meghan and his family's life if he moved back to the UK. He said that's one of the reasons of why I won't bring my wife back here. So is he right to have those fears, you think, Jane? And is he right to blame the press for the situation that he finds himself in? And the family feud that we have seen played out.
I mean, this obviously, there's a lot of stuff in this documentary, and a lot of it we've heard before, and a lot of it was dealt with. This was like over 20 years ago, the Leveson trial. Yeah. Obviously, the News of the World closed down because of it, the hacking trials. The spotlight's moved a little bit onto some other newspaper groups. But a central part of this is Prince Harry sort of saying that it's a central piece of the breakdown of his relationship with his family is press coverage. Now, I don't think the tabloids forced him to write a book called Spare and make money from it. I don't think the tabloids forced him to give an interview to Oprah Winfrey with various factual errors in it.
But would he say he was giving his side of the story? That's the thing.
But he was giving inside stories about his own family. And he also did a Netflix deal. So he's making money from the back of giving these inside stories about his family that we didn't know. We didn't know about the fact that he and William had an altercation behind closed doors. He calls Kate imperious, he calls Camilla dangerous. Now, when you've said those things like that about your own family and put it out there, of course your family are going to say, well, hang on, these were private events within our family. You've put it out there for money. Why would we trust anything you say to us in future? All sources within the palace say now everybody in the palace is very nervous about any interaction with Prince Harry, because he goes back to America and it now ends up in the American media.
Well, Katie, you're more sympathetic, aren't you, to Harry's position?
Yeah. I mean, I think, I don't know what it's like to lose a parent in such tragic circumstances as the way Harry lost his mum. And I can see why some of the tabloid media, whether he's wrong or right, might be triggering for him, and what he's going through with his own wife now might, for him, feel like a repeat of history. I understand what Jane's saying, but I think with Harry, it's not like a celebrity that seeked a showbiz life. We all choose to do this job. Harry was born into a family that had a very public persona, that didn't moan, complain or comment on anything. And he's a different generation where perhaps he has been taken a different approach. He has social media, he's written a book.
I mean, I think that's it, isn't it? I mean, he feels, rightly or wrongly, whether you agree with it or not, that he's on a mission. He almost has a duty to do this.
No one's stopping him from having a quiet life and getting a job and earning a living.
No, but he has decided that it is important for him to sue, and he sued, the Rupert Murdoch's UK newspaper arm, the news group newspapers NGN, and the publisher of the Daily Mail. There was a judgment in 2023. But what came out of the documentary was that somehow the sort of feud within the family had come because he was taking this line and they were taking another line.
Can I just point out that the person that lit the touch paper for the Leveson inquiry and the hacking trials was Prince William's chief of staff. So it's a nonsense for Harry to suggest that his brother or the rest of the family were not interested in taking on the media.
Sure, but all I was saying was, I mean, can individuals within one family not have very different positions on things, yet still, you know, act as a family and be able to say, well, OK, Harry, that's the way you see it, this is the way I see it, but that's not going to change our relationship. Whereas they haven't managed to do that.
No, but all brothers and sisters have arguments, don't they? I mean, I've had arguments with my sisters over the years, I've had arguments with my kids over the years, but it would just be nice if the pair of them could just get together, sit down at a table, talk it through and make up again.
They might do. They might do one day. I hope we don't.
Yeah, well, they seem to be quite far away from that just now, don't they? I mean, when, you know, Harry's saying that he doesn't feel that he could bring his wife and family to the UK. I was quite shocked by that he felt that there was a real threat to their safety
if that's what he feels, that's what he feels. But they have moved to the paparazzi central of the world, Los Angeles, so they get trailed everywhere anyway.
Yeah, absolutely.
Just not here.
Well...